Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with your Wednesday look at weather worries, kind of a deeper dive into the weather concerns that we could be facing as this storm system makes its way through the area late Thursday night into Friday morning. You can see the thunderstorms will probably begin tomorrow afternoon, and then gradually that threat of storms will shift to the south during the night, Thursday night, and into Friday. So let's talk about first of all, the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. As I mentioned in my previous article, a marginal risk here. That's 1 on that 1 to 5 scale. SPC indicating wind and hail possible, but of those two, wind is probably going to be our biggest concern. More on those concerns with a look at Futurecast here in a second. Meantime, let's talk timing of the storms with Futurecast, and you can see these storms firing up and moving across the northern half of the ArkLaTex during the afternoon. So places like Mount Pleasant, Texarkana, Hope, DeQueen. Afternoon tomorrow's when the storms probably will be at their peak in your part of the ArkLaTex. As we go through the evening and overnight hours, the threat of storms will gradually shift through East Texas and northwest Louisiana. We could have a few leftover strong storms over northwest Louisiana early Friday morning. That activity will continue to move to the south, and we should see the worst of the rain Friday probably occur over the south half of the area and probably occur during the morning. Notice by 5 p.m. we're pretty much rain-free on Friday, as we will see a chance, however, of a few lingering scattered showers in the cooler air that's going to be behind that frontal system. Now let's talk about the impacts that we could be facing. Again, the biggest concern could be damaging winds. Here's the output from Futurecast, and anywhere you see yellow on this animation, this loop, which runs from 1 p.m. Tomorrow to 1 a.m. tomorrow night, that's at least gusts of 30 miles per hour. Red is 40, and browns are upwards of 60. Okay, so it does look like most of the storms will produce, if Futurecast is correct, most of the storms will produce winds of 40 miles per hour or less. But we could have, especially in that marginal risk area here in southwest Arkansas, a few gusts of upwards of 60 miles per hour. That's one concern. SPC mentioning the hail. Futurecast and other models showing hail possible, but doesn't really show a whole lot for our area. So I'm not too concerned about seeing very large hail with these thunderstorms moving through, and it doesn't appear as if we have much of any tornado worries, which is usually the case this time of year. The second probably highest concern is going to be the heavy rain. This is the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, showing you western half the area, an inch or two. Eastern half the area, 2 to 3 inches is what we're looking at. This is what we should expect. However, we could see spots that see less, and we could see spots that see more. Here's a look at one high-res model, Futurecast, and you can see it does show that swath of 2 to upwards of 5 inches over the eastern half of the ArkLaTex. Keep in mind, this swath here could occur pretty much anywhere over, especially the eastern half of the region. So it is possible that we could have a few locations pick up upwards of 5 inches before it's all said and done, and it's also possible that some folks may get less than an inch. So that's kind of the range of what we could be looking at. But again, I would expect 1 to 3 inches with the heaviest totals over the east half of the area. So all that being said, weather worry index up to 3 today, with that possibility for the wind and the heavy rain increasing the concern just a bit. That number will obviously go down as we go through the day on Friday as the storms shift more towards the south. Longer range, really nothing too much more to worry about, as we're going to kind of settle into quiet here. Again, we could have a few lingering showers Saturday morning, and then we're pretty much dry as we go through Sunday and most of next week. Just a small chance for some rain next Friday night, possibly into Saturday, with no concerns of severe weather or heavy rain at this time. So details on your 10-day forecast. Hot tomorrow ahead of that storm system. 95 in Shreveport. We'll dip into the 80s for several days, back to the low 90s during the middle part of next week, and then we ease back into the 80s as we head into next weekend, with that slight chance of rain returning next Friday and Saturday.